My friend almost got me killed and ghosted me, so I got revenge. My best friend, whom I've known since elementary school, watched me get injured as if she wasn't the reason it happened. Basically, my friend Alyssa and I were hanging out at her house after class since volleyball practice had been canceled. We decided to play around the pool since her parents set up a new waterfall with a Tarzan swing at the top. We went up to the top to check out the cool view of the pool, and we stayed there to talk and rant about boys in our class. Her parents suddenly called us over for dinner, but before I could go down the steps, she dared me to jump into the pool using the new Tarzan swing. I laughed and said no at first because I didn't want my clothes to get wet, and she said that if I didn't do it, she would tell everyone I had a crush on one of the kids in my language arts class. I rolled my eyes and said fine, since I figured it would be fun anyway. I backed up to get a nice running start and leapt forward to grab onto the rope. At the last second, Alyssa moved the rope away from my hand. All I could remember after that was falling really fast and hard towards the concrete floor beside the pool. My body made it into the pool safely, but my chin somehow hit the edge of the pool, shattering my jaw and 16 of my teeth from the impact. I woke up the following day at the hospital, already post-surgery and in a stable condition, but my mouth had been basically wired shut. The doctor showed me the x-ray of the metal plates in my jaw and explained how a dental specialist was also called in to help with the remaining fractured teeth. My parents cried and hugged me, telling me they were thankful I was alive. After another day of resting, they gave me a small whiteboard and marker to communicate with my parents. I asked them if Alyssa came around. My parents told me that Alyssa hadn't visited yet, but they would let her know that I was now open to visitations. But for the rest of the month, I didn't receive a single visit or text from her, which made me both sad and angry, especially since she was the one who made me this way. Several more weeks passed, and I returned to class and immediately tried to look for Alyssa. The moment she saw me, her face went pale, and she tried avoiding me, even when I called out for her in the hallways. I finally caught up to her and asked her why she never reached out or visited me after what happened. She told me that she was scared I would tell her parents about what she did. I wrote on the whiteboard that you pulled the rope away from me when I was about to jump. Alyssa suddenly got very defensive and tried to erase what I wrote aggressively with her sleeve, saying it was an accident and not to bring it up again. I realized in that moment that she didn't really care about me. She was more worried about herself than the friend who very nearly died. I felt so hurt that my best friend would push me aside like that. After class, I started walking home alone, when an evil idea suddenly popped into my head. I wanted to make her feel exactly the way I felt, and I knew how to make it happen. Instead of going to my house, I stopped by her house. Her parents let me in since they've known me since I was little and asked where Alyssa was. I told them that she asked me to wait here until volleyball practice was done, and they basically left me alone. After a few minutes of sitting, I went into the kitchen and took one of the knives. I walked out to the pool and climbed up the steps to the Tarzan swing, and started cutting it at different sides and angles so it wouldn't look too obvious that I messed with the rope. I returned to the living room after putting the knife away and waited for Alyssa. When she stepped inside, she was shocked to find me and nearly had a heart attack. I hugged her and acted like we were friends again, telling her not to worry since I would never snitch. 2 months passed and things were basically back to normal. Alyssa planned a pool party for spring break and invited 20 people, including me. They kept the Tarzan swing off limits out of respect for me, which was disappointing given that I wanted her to get injured. But her 13-year-old brother joined the pool party and didn't listen to the rules. He grabbed onto the swing and it snapped before he could reach a safe distance. Since his body was smaller, he landed completely on the concrete. Everyone screamed and panicked when they saw blood, and Alyssa ended the party to rush him to the hospital. He was unfortunately completely paralyzed. Alyssa tried to reach out to me for moral support, but I ghosted her, just like she did with me when I needed her.